even with all the noise that's out there, there is still an opportunity. How do we know what that is for content? We're going to be talking about evergreen content today.
You don't have to just be following trends.
You got to win the click. Everything, all of those components you just said is critical.
That's right.
That's another piece of content. I want to ask you this question. Do you work on your content painstakingly and then find that its shelf life doesn't last for more than a week? Like people aren't engaging with it anymore. Feels like it just kind of falls flat. You get to a certain amount of views and then it just stops. It doesn't grow any further. It almost, you might want to blame it on the algorithm. You might want to blame it on all kinds of different reasons, right? And it depended, depending on the platform, it could really be a genuine issue of it really just falling off the table. And for us, for each content creator, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into the content. I mean, like, it's like, this is a baby that you have birthed and you send it off into the world. And then you find out that people are laughing at the baby at school and you're ready to go and beat people up. Like, this is a real scenario. I'm going to shift gears here. I mean, if that's you, you're in the right place because we're going to be talking about evergreen content today. And in the theme of evergreen content, I want to say this. I went outside during this past winter. Don't usually go through the front of the house because our garage is on the back. So go out to the front of the house, just kind of standing out there for a little bit. And I went out far enough to where I could, standing at a vantage point, I could see our yard and flower bed, and I see our neighbor's yard and flower bed, and I was just like, ours looks dead. They're brown. It's sticks. Yeah, it's very dead. I mean, it's the middle of the winter. All the grass is brown. But as I glanced over at my neighbor's yard, there was a good amount of green there. I mean, it's a good amount of green, and of course I know that he has evergreen plants. I didn't. And one of the things that I love about evergreen is this is, especially in the content sphere, it's an elusive term. Like, what is evergreen content? What does that mean exactly? What does it actually mean? Evergreen. So, because I mean, an evergreen plant at the store, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, it's going to have a tag that says evergreen on it, and that's it. You pick up that plant, it's going to be green year round. How do we know what that is for content? In this episode, we're going to give you a couple of ways to identify and even set up evergreen content. This is another episode of the How It All Works podcast. I get to serve as your host. My name is Kirk Nugent, and my lovely co-host is
Taina Nixon.
And we are excited that you're back. We just love this space. We want to make sure you guys are rocking with us. Drop a comment below. Let us know what your favorite episode was, where you are in your content journey. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, coach, author, consultant, whatever it might be, and you're looking to leverage content in a way that's tangible, that's organic, that feels natural to you. Let us know what that is in the comments. We're going to dive in today. And I want to say this quote, if I can find it: build an archive, not just a newsfeed. Build an archive, not just a newsfeed. I could say a lot right there. But I want to get to point number one. Point number one is search-driven titles over clever hooks, right? This is if you're talking about what is evergreen content, it's search driven. How do you know what's search driven? You look at what people are searching.
Wait, did we already say what evergreen actually is?
I thought we did, but maybe we didn't. So let's go back.
Maybe we did.
No,
I have ADHD and my brain may have bounced off and come back after you said it. But just to help people understand, it's something that is like timeless, essentially. Right? It's like it's not about a trend or like a current event or something like that. It's something that would always be relevant to people. This is maybe always a problem that anybody could have at any point.
You're absolutely correct. Right? It's not seasonal.
Right.
It's not in the current moment. It's not a headline that will disappear. Right. And though there is content that you want to use that is based on those things. Correct. that to be discoverable for the moment and bring them into your ecosystem so that your evergreen content can also get more on that later. But you're hitting the nail on the head. If I read the rest of what I have here, it says, give your content a name that people are actually typing into search bars when they have a problem at 2 a.m.
Right.
It's that 2 a.m. problem. That doesn't go away. Like that doesn't go away today.
Right.
And then next year I don't have that. No. It's so like a good friend of mine, he does it. He has videos on things your dad would have taught you, except he wasn't there. So he has like how to tie a tie. You know that always gets searched. And for sure, that's a 2 a.m. search if you got something you need to do the next day.
It's prom season.
Prom season right now.
People are searching for that.
People are searching for that right now. But I'm not saying that you just go ahead and make a channel about that.
Right.
The point is you got to find your version of that
in your niche.
Your niche for your content. What is the thing that people always are searching for? What are they trying to figure out? What is that thing? And one of the ways I like to do this is by opening up google.com. And I know we all use the AIs and all the different things. Now I get that part. And there may be some version of what I'm about to say that you can do with AI. Don't trust it. Do this as well. If it confirms, then you're golden. Okay. So you open up google.com, start typing in how to put the thing that you do, and just hit the space bar and see what it auto completes. It's going to give you a list. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've done this. It's going to give you a list. And that list, it's not telling you this, but that list is the most searched things that people put after those words. How to start a podcast. And you just hit the space bar and see what the rest is there. And folks are just like, it's so many random different things that people might put at the end of that. But the top one is the top thing. Yeah. And if you want your video to come up, you need to put that one in there.
Right.
And that's going to be evergreen because clearly that's what people are searching for. You know what one of the number one searched things on YouTube still is, how do I find purpose? Still.
Wow.
It's just not necessarily in my lane.
Because it's like an existential human thing.
It is.
Any thinking, feeling human wants to know what they should be doing with their life. So that makes a lot of sense. Why was I put here? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
The randomness that is my story that brought me into being. How am I existing and why? So I want to fulfill my purpose. So, and I'm saying that again, that's not to say go out and make a channel on purpose. Right. If you know what the answer is, maybe you
if
should.
That's your thing, is helping people find their purpose. Great. Good for you.
Oh, very much good for you. Yeah. And I would even dare say the thing to think through is, how can I differentiate, but or even lean on the fact that that's such a heavily searched thing. What in my sphere, like as a life coach, there is a purpose-driven piece, a component of that. 100%. So you could tap into the fact that this is a highly searched thing.
Yes.
But you got to find the video that you can create.
Right.
And what video is that?
What video can you create that will somehow elevate itself or like make itself pop amongst the millions,
the noise,
if not billions of videos out there that already exist about this thing?
Yeah. And even with that said, the reason why some of these terms are so highly searched is because they're not finding something that actually works. So even with all the noise that's out there, there is still an opportunity. I want to just say that to somebody who's like, well, if it's a highly searched thing, why wouldn't somebody else beat me to it? Right. Because they don't have the answer.
Because they're not you.
They're not you.
And that is something that is so, it can't be overstated, is that there is really only one you. I know that's cliche, but there is only one you. And there are things that people need to hear that they won't receive as well, except that it comes from you.
Absolutely.
Like something about you makes them want to receive what you're saying.
Absolutely.
They've heard other people say it, but something about it coming from you, someone with your story, someone who looks like you, someone who talks like you, someone with your background, makes them trust what you're saying, and then they'll actually receive it. Oof. So it's worth you saying it, even if a million other people have said it.
This is there. Yeah. You finding your unique voice in your niche is super critical, because that also brings a value to your content that people are not going to find otherwise. But I always take coaching clients through the different versions, or I guess different stages of content. You've got to win the click. You got to win the click. The winning the click is about the title, which is for the algorithm. That's going to serve it up to somebody who might want to watch your video. And then you have the thumbnail, which is for the human. Yeah. It's got to say something that's going to draw them in, build curiosity, or maybe it speaks to the question that they were searching for. Right. So once you've won the click, now you've got to hook them. Right. And that's where the content comes in. And once you've hooked them, if they're locked in for the video, then it's a matter of now deliver. You got to deliver, and delivery is going to actually answer whatever that question was. Make good on it. This is not clickbait. Don't. Oh, I found the best question, and then your video doesn't do it. Yeah, well, that's not evergreen. That's not evergreen at all. Don't do that. No. But if you answer a question well. I mean, I have videos. I want to say this right here. I have videos that are 5 years old that people are still commenting on and saying, thank you, because I needed this. And it's like, wow. Yeah. So just understanding the ebb and flow. And those videos, well, they might get thousands of views per month, but they're still getting views. Right. Years after. Yeah. Right. And that's the concept that we started at the beginning, is like, you have these videos and they just hit this plateau and then they just kind of sit there. Yeah. If you're experiencing that, there is you're probably missing some of the evergreen components that a video should have, a piece of content should have, in order for it to really stand the test of time. There is some components here that has to do with the platform as well. Yeah, for sure. Because some, like Facebook, you can't find your own video. Correct. After 4 months. I mean, I can't find my own. So I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it. I know I posted it. People commented on it, but I can't find my own video after a few months. And so there is some things that are based on platform, but I'm a big proponent of YouTube where this evergreen piece is concerned. And that's what the quote, I think, kind of deals with when you're talking about building an archive, not just a news feed. Right. I think that the author of the quote is specifically talking about Facebook. Oh, are they? I don't know, but it's just newsfeed. Like, what else has a newsfeed? That's what it is. That's what it is. It's just people talking about current events and sharing woefully misinformed opinions. That's what Facebook is. The way you said that, woefully misinformed. I hate that place. It is so bad. It is so bad. That's my least. I think that might be my least favorite. And so what's wild is when you talk about the digital footprint, those woefully misguided opinions, they live, they're out there, they live there, and people can find those things, and cleaning that stuff up can be an absolute hassle. So yeah, search-driven titles over clever hooks. Real quick, just based on you watching this podcast, I know two things. You believe in investing in yourself, and you recognize the exponential power of content. Super dope. Content is the engine that enables professionals to control how they show up online. And that's why you're here. But I want to ask you this question. Is your current digital footprint intentional, or is it abandoned? When people Google you, what do they find? And are you in control of those results? I want to invite you to take the A-List Digital Footprint Challenge. In 90 minutes, you'll gain unreal clarity on your digital reputation and how to improve it. This challenge has equipped chefs, public servants, medical doctors, MCs, speakers, and educators to turn content into community and authority into impact. What if a few online presence changes could be the difference between another average year and finally cracking six figures? Scan the QR code if you're watching on a TV, or click the link in the first comment below. Put yourself back in control of your digital reputation. All right, let's get back to the conversation. Number 2, the pin and point strategy. Strategically use pin posts, featured sections, and playlists to curate the journey for a new visitor, so your best work is always front and center. Now, this part right here is, again, about the strategy. So you're not just creating one video that people are looking for, you're creating a series of videos that people are looking for. And it creates a journey that you're taking people through. Yes. You should have that either in a playlist. you should have it in a pinned post.
Yeah.
If you know that if you created something that this is going to help people over the long haul, put it front and center.
Yes.
Where people who drop on your platform, your profile, whatever, can find it, but then also give them the next step.
Right.
So that it's part of a journey. You might not be able to do everything in the one video. And I can't tell you how many times. It's like, why did we make a 25-minute video on this one?
Right.
Well, you probably should have just made a series.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coaching client just last week, and I was just like, you should have made a series on this. That was way too long. Yeah. And of course, that does require, in that one case, it was going to require re-record because there was just no way to make that video into the series. But the point is, even for the podcast that I do at work, we record 4 at a time. Right. And while they are standalone episodes, it's a series. And you almost have to go through, if you catch one, it's like, oh man, I need to go back to the previous. Right. Or at least I can't wait for the next. And that also creates a bit of a rapport with you and your audience. Yeah.
And so we talked about YouTube is really the best for evergreen content that you don't plan to re-record or whatever, right? Yeah. But on the other platforms, there are ways to so pinned posts, like you said, but also like us OG Instagram girlies, like the influencers or whatever. I remember everybody was making about me highlights on their Instagram page where they would share their about me's in their stories and then make that a highlight so that people, anytime someone came to your page, if they never knew you, they could go there and oh, she's a mom, she's a wife, she's this age, she does this for a living, or whatever the case is. That's evergreen, right? And then now that we have pin, because we didn't have pin stuff back then.
Back then, you're right.
When we were first starting out, we didn't have pin posts.
Now we
didn't have stories at first, so we didn't even have stories.
Have come a long way.
So what we used to do is every quarter, every 6 weeks or something like that, you would make hey, if you're new here, you just make that new post. Yeah. New picture, because but same general information in your caption or in your video. Yeah. So I was going to say, no, there's nothing wrong also with recreating. So you can have an evergreen topic or an evergreen type of video that you make or post that you make and just repost.
No, this is gold. So my channel is very much a lot of how-to content, how to use StreamYard, how to do lots of things with StreamYard or Ecamm or Restream, whatever. So you have this kind of content that's there, but every couple of months, they're putting out new features and new functions. Sometimes they refresh the entire UI. So there are series of videos that I will do that are annual.
Right. You're just updating.
I'm just updating, but it's the same video.
Correct.
Same title. I may just put 2026.
Right.
Or 2020.
To me, that's an evergreen topic.
That's still evergreen.
That whatever that thing is always going to be relevant. It might just evolve a little bit. Yeah. So you can recreate it.
Absolutely.
With the updates and the evolution.
Boom. Yeah. And you can link from the 2025 series. I think I did, was a StreamYard crash course, and it was 6 videos for 2025. And that thing did so well.
Really?
I'm in the midst of recording another one now for 2026. Yeah. They've just done a whole UI refresh. They've done a rebrand. So they've got a new logo, all that good stuff. So I'm going to redo that. Yes, I'm redoing the video, but the topic is going to be similar to 2025 version because it's evergreen. It just is. And so I love that. The concept of you can refresh it and breathe new life into it. Even though there's a lot of stuff that I'll cover that was in the previous one. I'm just going to add in a couple of different pieces because they've added a couple of new functions and features.
You know who did that the best? The OG YouTube makeup girls.
Yeah.
They would be
yes, they did.
Best way to do your foundation for work, right? And then your base layer for work. But a couple years later, we have more options for dark skin girls or whatever.
Yes.
So now they're still remaking best way to do your foundation for work, but we're using better products. Maybe she got a better camera, so now we can see it better. New brushes, whatever, You
have better equipment. That's so good.
Yeah. So it's you don't have to just be following trends, eyeshadow trends and hair trends and whatever. It's some stuff we always need to know.
Yeah.
We always got to go to work.
Yeah.
Somebody always needs to do their makeup for work. They're always going to be searching for that. Just refresh it.
And you can find what that thing is for your niche.
For your niche, exactly.
For your area of discipline, expertise. And once you find those things, you kind of develop a catalog or a library. And it's like, well, because there's a guy that I follow. His name is Justin Brown. His channel is called Primal Video. But he has a content calendar that is annual. He does this, like even Marquise Brownlee, MKBHD, which is, prolific YouTuber that I follow as well. He does a cell phone award around October every year.
Okay.
Every year he does a cell phone award. It does well every year.
Yeah, see?
So don't
feel like you constantly have to be coming up with new stuff.
No.
That's what the internet and the algorithms make you feel like. If you're not doing whatever is trendy in this moment, nobody's paying attention to you. Your videos aren't going to gain any traction or whatever. But like, there are things that people always want to know or need to know or need solved. You can just do that. Yeah.
And that's what makes it evergreen. Isn't so much like, because the linking between the two is also part of the evergreen strategy. If you have a series that allows people to come up with a particular transformation at the end of it, well, everybody that goes through that will have that thing at the end, or have, so for me, I help people to do a particular design in Canva. So by the time they got done, they had the design and they're good to go. Now, maybe I do another series that helps them get to another design, another end product. Well, some people may like the other one more than they like the new one.
Yes.
Who cares? The other series is still there. It's still available. It's still going to deliver the same result every time.
Yes.
But I'm doing a new one. And now it's like, well, maybe I want to.
Right.
Maybe I like this one better. Whatever. You're giving people options now. And it's like, okay, you're utilizing something that is going to show up in the algorithm because they searched it. It is answering their question. It's not gatekeep. You're not putting it behind a paywall. They're actually going to get it.
Right.
And your content will just kind of continually be in this cycle of being refreshed, people finding it. Thank you so much for this. That's why I see that all the time for my content. Okay. Number 3, I think, the revival rhythm. Build a habit of referencing and linking back to your older core episodes in your new content. Yeah. It keeps the ecosystem alive. This is the piece that many people miss. I think, if you know that thing answers the question, if you're going to guest on somebody else's show, it's like, man, I've got a video that walks you through this is, I have a series of 6 videos. It's like how to become an expert, how to establish yourself as an expert with content. Okay. It's 6 videos. I have it as a playlist on YouTube. It is still highly sought after. Wow. That series of videos, people watch it because I give you the entire blueprint. And so sometimes somebody might actually, even in a coaching call or on a podcast or a panel, I'll say, yeah, I did this series of videos. And again, it breathes new life into that thing. They know exactly what to search for. Right. That video, that series will come up. And they watch. Yeah. So you can actually be part of the evergreen cycle for your content just by being intentional about mentioning it. Yeah. Every single time.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There's something to be said for you being a proponent of your own content. It's like, I was talking to a guy who's just like, I think I did a video about that. I'm like, bruh, hey, I think maybe you should know.
Should probably know.
You should know that you have that video. Yeah. But I mean, I guess I am at a point now where I am.
You make so many.
Trying to,
you make so many things that you may forget, but like with Evergreen specifically, that you should know, like, okay, I have covered this, and this. If someone needed that kind of information, I would have it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of the things, of course, that I'm mentioning and being specific about, it really pertains to YouTube. But on Instagram and TikTok, I do believe that there are ways for content to be evergreen as well, especially if you're speaking to topics that are wildly, sought after. People are trying to figure out different things. If you speak to that topic and you speak to it well, that video can
TikTok especially their playlists work wonders. That they're wonderful, and they're right there at the top of your thing. Yeah, and just click right through it. People, So I think that's worth noting, is that it doesn't just have to be super long form or like YouTube content. There are other ways to keep your stuff
top of mind,
top of mind, top of page, top of mind.
I love it. Yeah. And Instagram is the same. I would even say on LinkedIn, there's ways to have evergreen content. Content may look a little different. It may not necessarily be video. It may be like a newsletter.
Yes.
Or it might be a caption post or something like that. But there are those things do come up in search fairly regularly. And it is, you know, you got to know what your audience is. If you're on LinkedIn, you already know what time it is, what that platform is about. But being able to just be cognizant and being strategic about what am I putting out here? I did a video on, you know, behind the scenes of a production shoot I was doing, which was cool, but is it evergreen?
Right.
No, it's. I mean, to the extent that somebody might want to see behind the scenes of a production, they might. It might come up and it might serve them. Yeah, but
this particular production will come and it'll go of like whatever it was that you're doing. So people might not come back.
People might come back.
And it's not to say that all of your content has to be evergreen, right?
And that's I'm so glad you said that.
Content doesn't have to be evergreen. Like I remember when I was pushing my like coaching. Initially, I did a lot of trendy content, a lot. Like almost every day I was putting out trending audio content.
Yeah.
I just made it
riding the wave
I was riding the wave, but I just made it specific to my niche.
Yeah.
And that worked really well in the moment, right? Like it gave me what I wanted in that moment. No. But then if I also know that long term, I'm going to be going on podcasts. I'm going to be doing keynote speeches and I want to be able to garner that kind of attention. I also, sprinkled in between those things, need to have evergreen content that lends credibility to me, that speaks to my expertise, that answers people's questions, that tells people about me. Like all of those things need to also be present.
I'll edit it tomorrow. That's the phrase you keep saying. But while you're staring at a timeline, the people who need your voice are still waiting. Traditional video says you have to record, export, trim, and tweak for hours just for it to look professional. I'm telling you, that's a lie. It's a bottleneck that's stealing your time and silencing your gift. I've personally produced hundreds of videos for myself and clients that were not edited traditionally. I've created a 90-minute no video editing challenge showcasing my Live to Drive workflow that lets you produce high authority video with multi-camera angles and professional dynamics, all with zero post-production. When you hit stop, you aren't starting an edit. You are ready to post. If you feel like the edit suite has been managing your life, if you are allergic to video editing like me, it's time to join the No Video Editing Required Challenge, and let's get you to done sooner. Click the link now. No, this is really good. I do believe that there is a need, or you have to have the strategy.
Yeah.
Content is broken up into discoverable, community, and I guess ads, but more marketing. Marketing is really the term. So where you're doing the CTA, so not ads where you're paying for ads. I'm saying content where you're actually putting the content out there. Like you're talking about your coaching, that was the point of that content.
Right.
But that kind of straddled the fence between discoverable as well. Because you want new people coming into your ecosystem. So when you're getting started, you do want to lean heavy on discovery content, but you need to have a steady cadence of evergreen.
Yes.
Because you do want that to build traction, because I'm doing this for the long haul.
Exactly.
These videos are going to serve for years and years, whereas these other ones, I need people to come into the ecosystem, kind of get a feel for who I am. Yeah. And then, of course, community content. Once they're in, you want to be able to feed your community. Once people hit the subscribe button, they know your sacred phrases. They understand the lingo, the acronyms, all of the things. What does HIAW mean anyway? But once they know the things, then you want to do content that is specific to them. And there is a advertising kind of component to that as well, because once people come into a piece of community content for for my live stream, and people are saying, man, live stream is a little glimpse of omnipresence, and other people are just kind of like, what?
Right.
What is that? And everybody else is like, yeah. there's a FOMO piece there that causes people to be like, man, this is a whole community. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
So you just want to know what the different types of content are for, but having an evergreen component to all of your content, because even for live content, community-based content, there's a way to set it up so that it still has value for those who've never come in contact with you before. So just being mindful of that. Evergreen content is content that doesn't necessarily ride a wave. It's not situational. It's not seasonal. It's not based on the headlines. It's based on something or answering a question for someone that even if they search it today or 5 years from now, that video will still be effective.
Yes.
That's what evergreen content is. And prioritizing that could be the difference between a video just kind of plateauing and just sitting there at whatever views, or that thing continuing to bring people into your ecosystem or continuing to grow and gain views over time. I want to say this as well as we get ready to land. The views is not how I determine success for content.
Right.
I have a good friend of mine who he had about like 10 views on a video. But one of those views was a conference organizer for an event in Kuwait. And they booked him. I mean, who cares if you have hundreds of thousands of views if those people watching don't do anything with you?
Right.
So I always want to.
Wow.
And now here's the thing. That video, it's still, it gets a couple of views every month, couple of views every month. Who knows?
Right.
Who's watching?
That's right.
If they're conference organizers, whatever, he's a public speaker. The person I'm talking about has actually been on our show before.
Okay.
Pierre Quid.
Yeah.
But who knows what that content is going to do and who it's going to reach out to. You want to design what that experience is for the person. Think about that part and curate what I want that end experience to be. Yeah. Because if you're just wanting to be viral.
Right.
Oh, okay. Sure. Then follow the trends. Yeah.
Do the trends.
Evergreen is not the kind of content that's going to, boom, go to 1 million views. Right. Evergreen is slow burn.
But that is like the ideal situation where you create a piece of evergreen content that also goes viral.
Yeah, that's the coup de grace.
It has the potential to keep cycling.
Exactly.
And I think I had cracked the code and I've never done it again. But one time I created a piece of content that was both seasonal and evergreen. It was around like New Year's resolutions.
Ooh.
And New Year happens every year. So when people go to search it every year, it would still come up. So I pinned that joint, and for like 3 years in a row,
it would go back.
It would cycle through. Through. And every year, even now, it's not going viral, obviously, now, but like I can count on it. December, January of every year, I'm going to get some clicks on that video.
See? I love this. That is the perfect
that's like a sweet spot right there.
That's a perfect example. Oh my word. And I think there's a healthy curiosity that you have to have when you're approaching your content and some of the strategy that goes behind it as well. Yeah. I was talking with somebody in my coaching group this week. On Friday, we share wins, and she was like, because I challenged all of them to look in their analytics. Go and look in your analytics, because you're, just like we said on one of our episodes, your audience is trying to speak to you. That's right. But you're not listening because you're not checking your analytics. So one of the folks in the digital footprint program went and looked at their analytics on Instagram, actually. And Instagram was like, yeah, your people are tapping out after 60 seconds. So you're making your content's too long. And you need to be posting between these time frames. And she was like, oh. Yeah. Could it be that simple? And I mean this specifically, y'all. Like, it actually gave her that level of detail. It wasn't like she had to tease it out. No, it gave her
it will tell you exactly that.
Yeah. So she, next post, under 60 seconds, posted in that time frame. It took off. See, like she literally came back to the call, mind blown. Like, I've always looked at analytics like it's this, thing behind. It's like, I've got to figure, bring out your calculator. You got to figure out what is the quadratic equation.
No, it's actually not that deep.
It's not.
No.
And the platform wants you to win.
Correct.
I just
because it helps them.
It helps them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be posting this. So she did it. Now, it does help that she had been posting consistently for like 3 months.
Okay.
If you have not been posting, because the other coaching client was like, well, I looked and it didn't give me anything. You've posted 5 videos in the last 6 months.
Right.
So,
that's,
pump brakes. You got to give it something for it to give you back something.
Yeah.
So
but it's just showing you how to optimize it.
Absolutely.
Like you're posting every day, but like how can you actually get eyes on it?
Absolutely.
And all of those things, your insights will tell you that.
That's so good, man.
That's great.
Yeah. Evergreen content is the long game that you're playing. If you can find that overlap where, evergreen and, trending.
That comes from my blogging days. The blogger girls,
come on.
Nobody knows how to create evergreen seasonal content like the bloggers.
Yo.
They're like, every year they know somebody wants to know how to make sugar cookies at Christmas time.
Every year. So that
they're going to make sure that
blog
is going up there. It's going to get hit year after year after year. AdSense year after year after year. Bruh. So I was like, all right, bet. So I was like, everybody is talking about vision boards every year, December, January. I'm going to present a new concept for vision boards.
Bing, 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 bing. See, I think there's that curiosity piece is also that's a required component for success as well.
Yes.
I do think that a lot of times we want to come at it very prescriptive, very like, okay, I'm going to apply this formula and I should get this result.
Right.
I do think there's got to be a healthy, like, let me try something out. Let me just see what works.
Crazy. When I did that, I did not know it was going to go viral. Yeah. I just knew that I saw someone do something similar and I was intrigued by it and I wanted to put my own spin on it.
Exactly.
And I was like, maybe people will like that. Yeah. And I did it in real life as well. Everything,
all of those components you just said as critical. I wanted to put my own spin on it.
My own spin on it.
That's gold.
That's gonna elevate it a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I was doing it in real life, and the people who were around me in real life were like, "Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm making a vision board inside of my journal." And they're like, "What? Say more words about that." I told them
there are more words to say.
Right. So I was like, "Oh, y'all like that? Hold on, let me set up my phone.
Let me go record.
Literally recorded it same night."
Dude.
Posted it probably January 1st, 2nd or something that year, right when everybody's thinking about vision board stuff.
It's the timing. It's you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's everything.
But you have to always sort of be creating, being curious about what might work, what might catch people's eye. How can I put my spin on an evergreen piece of content type of thing?
The other thing that I hear you saying in this scenario is success leaves clues.
Yes.
So you putting your spin on something that is already working means you have had to look to find that
I saw
thing
something that was
working.
already working.
And so that's so good because your voice is different. Now, I'm not saying wholesale copy. That's not what I'm saying. Don't hear me saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
also, when I did it, I posted it, I shouted out the person that I learned it from.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, hey, I went to her conference.
Nothing.
She actually gave me this journal and she taught me about doing it this way.
Nice.
I'm just telling you, also put it here. Add a little structure to it so that you can use it throughout the year. I provided my reasoning for it. People loved it. They totally bought into it 100%.
I love that. That's gold.
Yeah.
And the content begets content.
Correct.
Because invariably somebody's going to see even something that I have done and say, I've seen this in the comments as well. It's like, hey, Kirk, I did what you did.
Right.
And then I just kind of tweaked it this way. Yes. And then I got this result. And I will respond to them like, yo, that's dope. So, it becomes part of that. Again, correct. It's that evergreen system.
Yep.
Now that person may or may not be a creator and they may not make the video.
Right.
But you know who can.
This guy.
The 2026 version of the video with this guy's, I made this, and I will say that in the video.
Yes.
Like, yo, when I made this video last year, somebody commented on, they tweaked it like this. So I'm going to show you that updated version.
That's
boom.
Right.
That's another piece of content. Evergreen.
Yeah.
And it serves the audience in the same way that you intended for the original.
Right.
But better. That's it. That's all we got for you guys today, man. I hope that is meaningful. I really hope that you try some of this stuff out. Like you're when you're doing content, you got to put on your laboratory coat. Like you're mixing stuff up. Yeah. I mean, this is you're a mad scientist right now. So you got to figure out what your normal thing is and what works for you.
Yeah.
And that strategy may be worth its weight in gold for others as well. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, that's exactly where how I've arrived at some of the things that I prescribe, some of the things that I teach and coach is because I've not only seen it work for myself, I've actually tried it with clients.
Right.
And it's like, man, that thing works.
Right.
It's like my entire framework of like the whole DCEM, I'm actually actively trying to break it.
Right.
I want to see where it doesn't hold true. And I've not found a case. I have not found a case where it doesn't. And so want to make sure even as you're looking at your Evergreen content, you're looking at part of the strategy of your content. Evergreen is a part of your strategy.
That's right.
And so how you implement your Evergreen pieces of content will be specific to you, but try some things, man. See what sticks. And of course, report back. Let us know how it goes.
Exactly.
Man, this has been another episode of the How It All Works podcast. We are just tickled that you are rocking with us. Would love to hear from you in the comment section as well. If you need more assistance and you need somebody to walk with you through this process, we want to make sure that you get a chance to come on through. And either you take one of the challenges, you hit up one of us as a DM. So many different ways for us to be able to work together. In fact, I have a page on my website that just says "Work with me." I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And there's multiple different things on there, and maybe none of them work. Maybe you just need a clarity call. I don't know.
Right. Either way, check it out.
Yeah. And we'd love to be able to hear from you. The closing definition that I was about to forget to say this. Sustainable content is an appreciating asset that compounds over time, doing the heavy lifting of building trust long after you hit publish. And that's one of the major reasons why Evergreen is a strategy that I think everybody should add to their content.
I love it.
And that's it. Family, listen, we're going to catch you in the next one. That's it. Later.